What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a topic that should be relevant, and that is having anxiety whenever it's hot outside, dealing with anxiety and the heat. Anxiety will make us sensitive to anything and everything, whether it's a sound, whether it's something that we eat, right? It could be the cold, it can be the hot, it could be anything. We are feeling anything and everything much more than other people. So why wouldn't the heat stir up our anxiety? And if you live in a place like I do, I'm here in East Texas. I'm actually trying to beat the heat and do this video before it gets too crazy out here because of the lighting mainly. But if you live in a place like this, pretty much anywhere in the United States at this time of the year, or even in Europe, they've been having heat waves over there. It gets hot, you know, and in most places in the world, it's gonna get hot at some point during the year. And for me, it was extremely triggering. You know, I had health anxiety, but I was in particular more afraid of my heart. I was afraid that there would be something wrong with my heart. Yes, I went to the doctors, and you need to do that, make sure that you get your reassurance initially. But still, it was a struggle, you know. I still had to do my part, and a lot of you guys are where I was at that time. You've gotten the testing, you've gotten told that you're okay, but now it's like you have to start testing that out, and it feels like it's a risk. You know, whether that be with exercise or driving or, you know, any type of exposure that you need to do, but something like the heat as well. And it's crazy how your life can change with this anxiety thing. Like, I love the outdoors, you know, and I loved it before I had anxiety. I loved being outside. I loved to play golf with my friends, to play basketball, to throw the football. I love sports. I love fishing. I love cooking on the grill. I lived for this summer, you know what I mean? I loved it. I never thought about it. I never worried about having a heat stroke, really. You know, I would always drink fluids and be fine, but I didn't have to overprotect myself from anything. You know, I wasn't overly worried about my vitals getting up because of it. I was never checking my heart rate due to the heat or anything like that until I had really bad anxiety. And sure, anxiety makes us sensitive to it, but I would also work myself up into a panic, and then my heart rate would be extra, you know? So that was something that I struggled with, you know, immensely. So I started to do what? Avoid being outside if it was hot, you know, and I was already struggling with driving and doing all these other things and exercise in general. But now it's like, man, I can't even spend a decent amount of time being sedentary, even outside, sitting in a chair, or, you know, being at a cookout with a beer in my hand, or, you know, golf isn't super physically demanding. You know what I mean? I get it, it's a sport and everything like that, but it's not like you're playing basketball or something like that. So even me just swinging the golf club and, you know, getting back into my cart, you know, it wasn't like we were walking 18 holes. Getting back into my golf cart, just it being warm out there on the golf course would trigger me. And I remember, I mean, I've mentioned this a few times, like, you know, my friends got irritated with me one time because, you know, we were looking forward to going to this golf deal, this golf course, and we went, and, you know, I hate to say ruin it because I was going through a whole lot, but let's be for real, like, people are not going to really understand what we're going through unless they go through it. And there's levels to this as far as support. It wasn't like they didn't want to be my friend anymore, but they got irritated, and I don't necessarily blame them for getting irritated, and that's a whole different video for another day. We get really angry at the people around us when they don't fully understand. It's impossible for them to fully understand, so try not to get super angry with these people. Just try to explain it the best you can and let go of what you can't control. Obviously, if they're being super mean and ugly to you, that's a different story. But I can understand why my friends were a little irritated because I had to go back to the truck, and I think we ended up just leaving early from that. And, you know, it sucks when things like that happen. You feel embarrassed, you feel inadequate, you feel like you're never going to get back to living. And that's just one example. I mean, I used to love doing yard work. And, you know, I lived with my dad and at kind of the heart of this going on. And, you know, one of the conditions was for me to live there, and I didn't have to pay any bills. I mean, I didn't even have to pick up one bill or anything like that. One of the conditions was I just needed to take care of the yard. And usually that's no problem, right? Now I'm having, like, doing a rotation around the yard with my push mower. Like, I would do a couple of those rotations, I kid you not, and then I'd have to go in and sit down and cool off because I was too nervous to push it. And not to mention, it was still a little bit of physical exercise. I don't even think it was a self-propelled mower, so I was actually having to push mow, so, oh, heaven forbid, right? So that would trigger me, and I have to go back inside and sit and wait and let my heart rate go down, and then I'd go back out there. And this was with anything: mowing, weed eating, picking up sticks, raking leaves. I had to bag, one of the other deals, I would bag up leaves. I'm talking about like 30 big, huge garbage bags, the big garbage bags full. I would have to do that for him. Things like that, just yard work that I used to love to do. I'd look forward to mowing and things like that. Now I'm having to go back inside every couple rotations because I'm scared I'm gonna have a heart attack at the age of 21. I mean, wow. Talk about a life change. So yard work was hard. Just anything. So I found myself probably like you guys, like you're checking the weather, like you're looking at the humidity, the dew point, which is gonna contribute to the heat index. And where I'm at, like sure, it can be 90 degrees, 88 degrees, but with the humidity and the dew point being so high, like it can feel like 110. And there's been some crazy heat waves this year for some of you guys in the northern part of the United States. Like it's, and if you're watching this video, if you didn't see the date and you're watching this way in the future, this is 2026. So there's been some pretty intense heat waves in the, the Midwest, the upper part of the country. The Northeast had a really big heat wave. So there's been some pretty impressive heat waves in areas that don't usually get that hot all the time. It's not as common. So some of you are dealing with this for the first time with crazy heat indexes and everything like that. But yeah, it's basically the moisture in the air makes it feel so much warmer than what the air temperature actually is. So you have to deal with that. Now guys, I want to go ahead and say this, be smart, right? Because what I'm going to be asking you to do is to start doing some exposure. If you stay inside, you're only going to become more sensitive to it. If you say you look at the temperature this next week or two and it's going to be around 100 degrees every day, and you only come out in the morning early before the sun comes up, or whenever the sun's going down, maybe if you have to get anything done, or if you just want to get some fresh air or something like that, and you're avoiding the heat of the day, and you do that for 2 weeks, and say that you just don't have any choice one day, but you're gonna have to go out and it's gonna be 105. The heat is something you have to get used to. Trust me, I know this. It doesn't seem like something you get used to, but the more you're in it, the more your body adapts to it and you're less sensitive to it. Trust me, I worked at a Walmart distribution center for 5 years, and I was in trailers, loading shipping trailers up all day. And it would be like 120, 130 in there. And I mean, we had to constantly drink water. That was pretty much the only way you're gonna get through that. But I got very used to it, and luckily I was not dealing with crazy heart anxiety anymore. So I was over the hump, so I was able to do that job luckily without being triggered in that regard. But you have to build a little bit of what's the word, resistance or whatever to the heat by exposing yourself to it. It's no different than if you are dealing with driving anxiety. You have to take more trips in the vehicle. Exercise anxiety, you're gonna have to start taking walks and building up. Same thing with heat. So start having a goal. I don't know where you're at with this, but I'd like for you to spend some time outside when it's warm or when it's hot. Yes, but be safe, and that's where I'm gonna tie it in with the safety. Stay hydrated. Be hydrated before you walk outside. Something that I was told at my job was like, hydration starts the night before you come to work. So make sure that you're drinking plenty of fluids and not just water. Make sure you're getting your electrolytes. Go grab some Gatorade Zeros or something that has the electrolytes in it, and just make sure that you're covered there. Something that has a little bit of sodium, potassium, and things like that. So stay hydrated, okay? Get you something like some sugar-free popsicles. It's like a treat. It's also not unhealthy, really, right? Might have a few calories in it, and it's cold. It'll make you feel a little bit better. And sometimes having something that has like a different taste profile or something like that, and it tastes good, right? It can ground you a little bit, so that could help you with it. Get a cold towel. Okay, get a cold towel, and what I'm talking about is those towels that are activated by water. You put it in the water, it all of a sudden gets really cold. Those are amazing. So if you got yard work and things like that, grab you a couple of those, have them on standby in a cooler, and it'll help you get through it, and it'll keep your head cool. And that's the main thing that we want to keep cool whenever it comes to this. Guys, the sun's going to be in my face for a little bit of this video. I apologize. But anyways, try to stay cool and stay hydrated. Be smart with it, okay? But, I get it. It's difficult. Like, am I too hot or am I pushing it? Like, is there something be wrong with my heart? You're going to have to judge that for yourself, and I know that's the tricky part with this whole thing. That's the tricky part of this whole deal. But what I would do is come up with an exposure plan, for this week if it's going to be warm where you're at. And, like, I want to spend 10, 15 minutes, and then build up to maybe 30 minutes this week, and then maybe expand on that. Or next week I will spend 20 minutes outside and I'll go in for a little bit, cool off, get me something to drink, and then I'll come back out and spend another 20, 30 minutes or something like that, and try to build off of that. And you'll start to gain confidence. And guys, you use this kind of strategy with anything that you're worried about. Exercise, driving, like I'm gonna drive a certain mileage or a certain amount of time, or I'm gonna walk a certain distance and I'm gonna start jogging a little bit. You just wanna lower your sensitivity. The problem with these things that we have associations with anxiety with or whatever, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. The associations that we have, you know, with driving or exercise and everything, they're only gonna be broken down by little bits of exposure, you know what I mean, and building on that. They are not gonna go away because you just avoid it and then hopefully in 6 months you're gonna get in the car and be able to drive. It doesn't work like that. Whatever fear you have to face it. You know, you have to face it. It doesn't have to be all at once. It can just be little by little to gain confidence. And when your confidence goes up, the fear level goes down. When the fear level goes down, so do the symptoms. You know, stop waiting. You know, don't wait till next week. You know, I mean, the heat's going to be waiting for you no matter what. That anxiety when you get in the car is going to be waiting for you no matter what. That anxiety whenever you go for a run for the first time is going to be there. So why wait? You know, if you're waiting on that last test or whatever, I get it. But after that, get started. Stop waiting to do the things that you need to do. But guys, this summer, we still got, you know, if you live anywhere near me, where I live in Texas, East Texas, it can be 100 plus all the way through the middle of October. So for a lot of you guys, it's still gonna be warm for a while. So you have a chance to do this, and then be prepared for next spring and summer. It's not just summer, like, in the spring, it gets hot where I'm at. So it's like, even if it would be 80, 85, but it was humid, like I'd get nervous and my heart rate would go up. I'd make the stupid choice of checking. So instead of me being outside and standing around or doing some light work in the yard and my heart rate be like 95 or 100, it's 115, 120. So guys, understand, like, it is going to naturally raise your vitals. That is what happens when your body is warm, okay? Plus you have anxiety about it. So you're gonna be more sensitive to the heat. You're nervous about it. You have anticipatory anxiety about how you're gonna feel and what your vitals are gonna do when you go outside. You're worried about your heart and how it's gonna handle it. That's gonna fuel it. But also just the heat in general, to somebody that doesn't have one lick of anxiety, is gonna have raised vitals. We have to start trusting our heart. And the only way that you're gonna be able to trust your heart is get out there and to do the exposure, do the work, and to stop waiting on it, okay? So try to work towards that. I know it's hard, you know, I know it's hard, but it's possible. But guys, I love you. I hope you got some value. If you watch this whole thing, go down below in the comment section, and in all caps, I want you to put, "I will beat the heat." I will beat the heat. But stay cool out there, stay hydrated, do it the smart way. Nothing wrong with that, you know, but try to get used to feeling the feelings that you're feeling, and don't have to distract yourself or hurry up and run back inside. Feel these things. It's okay. These are natural things, but we are just so sensitive, and our nervous system is so sensitive that we freak out about normal sensations and normal vital changes due to different situations, right? And stimuli and stuff like that. So like the heat. It is natural for your vitals to go up. It is okay for your heart rate to get up in the 110s, 120s just because it's hot outside. If you're mowing and that's exercise, and if it's hot, your heart rate can get 130, 140, okay? That's gonna happen. But it really comes down to trusting your body and trusting your health, trusting your heart in particular in my situation. But I promise you guys, you can do it. If you want more help with your anxiety recovery process, if you're looking to recover and not just scoot by with this thing, check out my course. It's gonna be down below in the description in the first pinned comment. A lot of people have gotten that, and it's helped them tremendously. And you know, the holidays are coming up, and this can help you get in a better mindset before the holidays get here, because we know what the holidays do, and they can bring out the worst in our anxiety. So if you can get a jump start on that, the holidays can be a lot smoother this year for you guys. It's a step-by-step process, and you get it for life. It's a one-time thing. It's not like a monthly thing or some membership or whatever. You get in there and you can work this, and you have it for the rest of your life. So if you struggle again, you can go all the way back through it again. It's close to 100 videos. There's gonna be a lot of downloadable materials in there as well. So be a part of that, okay? Check that out. I'm gonna put the link to that down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. Guys, I love you. Please hit the like button if you got some value, and I hope to talk to you guys tomorrow. All right.